The views expressed in the following show are for entertainment purposes only. They are not necessarily the views of Twin Galaxies, HD Films, or any other affiliates. Welcome, everybody. On the screen for April 3rd, 2015. I am Michael Sroka, along here with Nick Houslander.
How you doing?
Our other co-host, Glen Updike. He's in TG Live 2, Mr. No Video today.
Sally,
How you doing, Glen?
Sally, doing great, gentlemen. Couldn't be better.
One more week, huh? Are we going to see you next week?
I'm hoping so. Hopefully you'll get to see me surrounded by pinball and arcade cabs come next week. Talking to all sorts of different gamers that are going to be there. It's going to be a blast. They made some announcements today. They got me pretty pumped for the event. The Big Lebowski pinball machine is going to make an appearance next week, so that's going to be pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
So if any WrestleMania, the new Stern pinball is going to be there next week. So if anybody wants to get one-on-one time with these machines, make sure you get your very important Gamers Pass for Friday night. It's $35, but it's going to be well worth it because you're going to get to play. I think they have like 10 pinball games that either haven't been released yet or just got released like a month ago. So that's going to be very well worth it. Otherwise, if you don't buy that pass and you come Saturday, you're going to have to go through the hallway of hell and maybe get a chance to play it. So,
yeah, what we're talking about is the Midwest Gaming Classic in Wisconsin. Check out MidwestGamingClassic.com. It's probably, in my opinion, the best gaming all around. Pinball, arcade, consoles as well. There's actually contests. Yeah. The prizes and more, and then there's a big vendor room as well. So we should be there next week, but unfortunately,
we cannot.
We got some other things that we're excited for.
Yes, definitely.
So did you know that they are releasing Battlefront at the Star Wars Celebration?
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah. Awesome! Kind of figured they were going to, but.
Pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And welcome to Settle It on the Screen. We didn't properly introduce us. We're here to basically talk about the Twin Galaxies database, the world records, the performers themselves. We do have a guest today, Andrew Barron from New Zealand.
Hello.
How you doing, Andrew? He's TG Live 3.
Good, mate. Thanks. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah,
we'll definitely get into it after we read a few world records. And what we want to do is always... if you want to join in with the chat tonight, TG Live 4 through 8 are open. Come in, just be respectful.
Captain Drive Pants is going to Skype in, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, the more the merrier. Is Jace on tonight? No, Jace Hall is not on tonight.
No, he does it every other week.
It's every other week. So State of the Galaxies will not be following the show. So there goes the viewer count. No, I'm just joking.
We mean maybe he will be coming on tonight's show. Nah.
So we'll get to the usual.
High scores.
We do have a few world records. There is quite a few. But like I said, there's some people are just submitting like crazy. I mean,
that's good. That's good, man.
Now, I like to call it 35 to 40 inaugural records. Now, they're still good records. I'm just not going to read every single one. For example, we're not reading Andrew's Golden T scores. I'll sing all the 8 of them tonight.
You should be showing every single one of them.
I was going to dedicate 45 minutes of this show just talking about Andrew's putting techniques. Now that's ruined, so...
You should show one of them.
We should.
That's different. We're all...
Like I said, I wasn't really joking when I talked to you earlier. It's like, I want to talk about Golden T98 only. That's
just
it.
98.
Not 97. Or 99.
12.
Well, he has records at 97 through 99, I think he submitted on Team. Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll get in and talk to Andrew here shortly. We'll kind of go through the usual. All right. Got it, Nick?
Sure. We got Pete Hahn from Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Arcade Super Contra points, single player only. 10,788,700 points. Very good score. Super Contra unlike regular Contra, is very difficult. Or at least I find it very difficult. But very good score. What do you think, Glenn? Is that a good score?
Yeah, it's a great score, man. I always found Super Contra a little bit more difficult because of the sole fact that I put way more time into Contra than I did Super Contra, so I'm more of a noob on that game. So
yeah, I never got to know it as well. But very good score. That's awesome. Still a great game.
Yep, awesome. From Galloping Ghost Arcades. That's what I was waiting to say.
Very cool.
Congratulations, Rudy Freddy of Las Vegas, Nevada. Maxed out elevator action on the Game Boy. 999,990 points. Congratulations to him. This one's cool. Here's another max out. Come on, click the button, Mike. Click the button.
Just to want to play any game on Game Boy for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Wheeler from Ball, Texas. Mame Merckx points 999,990. Another max out score. Very good. Nice going, Patrick.
Great game.
Very great.
What I'd like to do is have 3 people, and 3 people get 999.
That'd be sweet. And if you go back to the show, last fall, me and Mike beat that game like 3 times in a row during one show.
Yes. It was awesome. We didn't get 999,000 points.
Nope, but it was pretty impressive.
It's such a fun game to play with friends.
Oh, yeah. Easiest game I've ever played.
Let's do one more. Now, nice job there, Mike.
What?
Tell we didn't have much time to practice. Hang on, there you go. All right.
There you go.
New max out score. It is a world record, or it ties a world record for Greg. Oh God, I remember saying last time, Greg
Denify.
Yes, from St. Peter's, Missouri.
I think it's Digniffy.
Sure.
It is for anybody. I mean, there's a few other people who've maxed out this score. It is a fun to watch.
Oh, this game's really fun.
At the speed that this level goes at.
Oh, okay.
It's nuts. Like, I watched it like 7 minutes and he never died. And he just left and right with the paddle.
I usually make it 45 seconds in that game? Maybe 2 minutes?
Maybe. But it's just outstanding.
That's awesome.
I mean, he's not the only one to do it, but congratulations for him to doing it. That's not the cartridge. That's from an old record that we read of his. Kind of borrowed some pictures today.
Whatever, that's the game.
I'm gonna steal one from you, Nick, because this score has just changed literally from oh wow, and I even have the wrong name.
Cool.
God, I'm terrible. That's from Craig Gallant from Canada.
Oh yeah, Gerard.
And wow, I didn't change anything on this except the picture because I put this together this morning.
No, you changed the picture and the score.
But what happened is he had this score up first, and then literally maybe 2 to 3 hours ago, he changed. His other score got accepted.
Oh, really?
So I think it's 549 is the Fruit Ninja. And I'm just the reason I'm reading this one. It's an inaugural score.
Yeah.
He beat his own score. I'll fix it.
Blown his old score to death.
I think he might have just submitted one and then got the hang of it by the time he submitted. But Fruit Ninja, that is just as ridiculous as this sounds, a classic game for the mobile systems that everybody has played at that point.
Old though?
It's just one of those games. I mean, it's just one of those games that will be a staple for touchpad. I mean, it's just you can't play that. You can't play it the same way with a regular controller. You could, like, if they designed it with a controller and you had a little sword on it, it's not the same.
No, it's the ultimate button.
So we'll see if there'll be any competition for Craig here on Fruit Ninja.
No,
like I said, it's 549, I believe. Like I said, he just did it 2 hours before the show, and I didn't change anything.
Hot off the presses.
Yeah, hot off the yeah. The records are being broken so fast. I can't even. Yep. Come on, Mike.
Come on, computer. There we go. Estelle Goffinet from Columbus, Ohio. Mame, Intrepid, 7 points. 159,990.
Yes.
Nice. And it's just all he did is drive. All he did is drive a Price Dodge Intrepid around, and that's actually the miles on his car.
Exactly.
Next week it'll be actually tomorrow it'll be over 160.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
That's still the original paint job too on his Intrepid.
Yeah, no, that's all 160,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable how nice that car held up.
Yep. And then there's supposed to be the Intrepid off, or is that the proper title, Glenn?
Yeah, the official Intrepid off.
The
It'll
official
be May 2nd.
May 2nd. So tune up your Intrepids, or your MAME machines, or your PCs, or whatever you guys use.
Do they have to be red?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't sure
at all. No, not at all. So congratulations.
So you're allowed to use the glitch.
Yes, you are.
Of a black car.
If anybody would like to join the competition, if you have Facebook, just search for the official Intrepid off. There's a Facebook page, and there'll be registration or sign up for the event that you can go through and put your name in, and you'll be good to go. So.
Yep. And there's a link to autotrader.com where you can just get, if you don't have one, you can get one, and that's how you'll get it. So.
Come on, computer's working slow. And congratulations to our guest, Andrew Barron from New Zealand on Berzerk, setting one life, 31,810 points on Berzerk. Random play, which means you can't go in the same 4 rooms over and over and over
That's
again.
Good.
So congratulations to you and your other many MAME world records that you've posted.
Graphics in the game.
Thank you.
I took that image from the what is it called? The Marshall Mathers. What's his real name? Eminem.
Well, actually, Marshall Mathers is
from the Eminem music video is where I took that.
Is it really?
Shot. Yeah.
No shit.
Because they like make the VCR playing, and that's how they titled the music video. So I don't know why I thought of that. I'm like, I don't want to put up the regular picture. Something creepy. That's why you're seeing other car pictures and stuff.
That's kind of what I figured. So Andrew, I have to assume the reason you can play Berzerk so good is because your brain is so big.
Yeah, I'm a true humanoid. Yep.
That's cool. No, that's
Stock
yeah, that's really me, guys. Don't laugh at that picture. That's actually me.
No, I'm not laughing. No, I know that's what you look like.
Yeah. You must be really smart.
Very broad shoulders. Like, is that broad or is just
I love it.
It's like a 2x4?
Is he wearing shoulder pads? I think he's wearing shoulder pads in the picture.
No, we don't wear those over here. What the?
Yeah, those are like Bridget Nielsen, Beverly Hills Cop 2 type.
I don't think anybody's wore shoulder pads since the 80s.
Those glasses are from the 80s too.
Yeah. So Andrew, you think anybody? So you think you can get some competition on this?
Yeah, I think so. It's an all right score. It's not great, I don't think. I know Mark Hoff's probably going to beat it. I know other people can. It's just to get a score up there, like something competitive to try and start up competition.
Yep, that's the idea, and that's
totally.
that's why I kind of want to just make a little point about it in Craig's Fruit Ninja score.
Yeah.
There's some of these games that if we just start
true.
posting score, a lot of people don't post scores because they're like, I don't want to put it up there, and then somebody else beats it down. But it's very important to put up that first
score.
You
have to.
That makes
that's
somebody
exactly
else
what it's.
go. You got to get rid of that. And then it goes back and forth. And that's why I give mad props to the people I didn't read their scores today, because we've been reading them past weeks, is, a lot of people, they're just inaugural scores. But without those inaugural scores, sometimes it never gets started.
No, it's true.
And there's a lot of games out there that now maybe there'll be more and more, competition.
Yeah.
Some people get afraid to submit an inaugural score for some reason. I don't know why, but all credit to Mark Hoff because he submitted the first one on that track, and that sort of got me to play it. So everyone, I think we should encourage people to try and do the same. If there's not a score up, just put something up, even if it's bullshit. It doesn't matter.
No, I agree.
This is Don. Hey, I'm like one of those people. I'm afraid to put up an inaugural score. That's me. And I think the reason is because, I'm afraid it's a crappy score. I'm afraid it's like some pathetic score that people are just going to blink and it's, So
you'd rather put up something that's a representation of what you can get or something. Not
exactly. I want something I don't know. That's me, but
No,
that's why I think
understand that.
people are afraid. At least that's why I'm always afraid to put it in inaugural score. Plus, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I totally understand it. It's just like anything. You're just the fear of not being. It's almost like the fear of doing something wrong, or when you know that if you just try a little harder, you know you can do it right. So
yeah, and then you get to that's the thing with that is you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, I can do a little bit better. Yeah. I'm not going to submit it. I'm not going to do a little bit better.
Exactly.
And then guess what? Yeah. You forget about it. Something comes up in life, and there's never a score.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or something even worse happens, which is you go back a month later and you're like, oh, a bunch of other people have done it. And now I can't beat any of those scores.
All right.
You're like, okay, never mind. So.
But at least you promoted competition on that title. I think that's what it's about. Even if you're last, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
if you get that first score up, it's going to entice people to submit more.
No, definitely. I hope that's what it's about for most people. Because if it's not, then I don't know. You shouldn't get mad if someone beats your score. Really?
No. Like I said, for me, it gives me another reason to play the game again.
Like if you
bring on,
I can understand like seeing a score that you did and be like, oh crap, someone actually beat that one. But like if no one ever beat your score, to me, I'm like I would never care.
Yeah.
Like it would be pointless. It'd almost be like, okay, well, maybe I chose the wrong game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring on May 1st, I reckon. But we won't talk anymore about that.
No.
Yeah, zip it up there.
So how high of a score do you think you could get on Berzerk, or do you think that's it for you?
On slow bullets, I think one life, maybe 50. I'd like to get 100 on like an overall game, 100,000. It's sort of a goal for me. But that's on slow bullets though. And there is a big difference between that and fast bullets. Like fast bullets is super tough, but I think slow's a bit easier. But both I think are respectable and have their differences in the way you play.
Super sprint. Think eventually. What's his name? Why am I blanking?
Eminem?
No, not Eminem. I'm terrible today.
I don't know why.
What? Oh my God! You think Joel West will get in on it, or do you think he's not if we encourage him?
Does he play MAME? I don't think he does.
I don't think he does, but I'm curious if.
He used to.
You know what? He used to with.
When he invented MAME, because he created it.
He did not.
He has a couple MAME scores up on Record Setter. Like I think there's a prop cycle score, and he has pole position.
Nice.
You know what?
Record Setter.
Back in 2010 at the Big Bang, him and Phil Younger were into playing a MAME. Like we were playing in the lobby before. They're playing MAME on the computer in the lobby.
Were they really?
Like the one everybody uses for Wi-Fi or printing.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. at night. Him and Phil Younger are just sitting there playing Berzerk.
Oh my God!
So I remember he did play, but.
Did hotel staff yell at him?
No, they couldn't yell at us. We ran that place.
Phil Young he's really good. He could destroy like the scores that I've put up.
Except your
he's got over 300,000. Oh, the Berzerk ones, I mean.
How are you on a Berzerk cabinet?
Sorry?
How are you on a Berzerk cabinet opposed to MAME?
Oh, I've never played one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
all MAME, baby. All MAME.
Completely.
Those are kind of an uncommon arcade cab.
They're very reliable, too.
Yeah.
What's happening, Chris?
Hey, how's it going?
Dave when it hung up and at
Yeah, everywhere we've gone, they've seen that.
I was going to say, for my purposes, because I only go to conventions, there's always a working Berzerk machine. What are you guys talking about?
There's probably not a working one in the whole country here. So.
Yeah.
Back to inaugural scores. Would I like to see that you have put up scores for single ship Galagon MAME?
Yes. That is so awesome that that's the score.
That's
the
tough,
Weeby
man.
track.
The Steve Weeby track, yep. Weeby mode.
Yeah, that's the true way to play Galaga, in my opinion.
So, Glenn, do you have your ready for your 45 minutes to ask Andrew about Golden Tee?
Oh, about his putting
I think that's what we all came here for.
Hell yeah.
Yes. That's why we're here.
Yeah, Masters is a week away. Time to talk about golf.
Get your pen and paper ready, guys.
And I
Here
want
come
to
the
snipe
pro
your
strats.
stalker strats. That's like one of the holy grails of MAME scores is stalker.
Actually, kind of cool game. If I could learn how
So-
to drive.
So how many golf
So
questions
this
do you
is.
have?
Oh, sorry. This is completely unrelated to golf. I apologize.
What?
I know. I'll throw in a
Just kidding.
golf something at the end. But I just wanted to mention
Okay,
that Kaboom score. I don't hear you guys mention it, but so he's playing Kaboom and he maxed it out. That took him 3 hours. He was playing like that for 3 hours,
Yeah.
which
That was
is insane.
incredible to watch.
That's why I read it. It was definitely a worthy achievement, even though other people have done it. It was just like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, that was super impressive to watch, man.
I bet
Gotta
you
give him
that
credit
guy
for
can
that.
catch flies with a chopstick. Yeah, like Karate Kid
I'm gonna
style,
Hey,
no problem.
That's probably how he practices, right?
Yeah,
Then he moves
probably
up to
has like
Kaboom.
a pocket full of rice. He just throws it up in the air and like catches it all with the chopstick. I can see
If there's
that.
ever a situation where like a bomber is actually throwing bombs out of a window, I hope that he's here nearby.
Yeah.
He's like, I got this.
You know, it's funny because
It is an interesting
sitting there
concept for a
watching
game.
that for like several hours, and then you go over to a don't tap the white tiles thing, and it's in so many ways almost the same game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, wait a second, didn't I just watch this? Oh yeah, that was the Atari one.
So what do you guys think? I'm sorry, I'm throwing out questions here because I got a lot of
That's
things
fine.
on my mind. Oh, I'm sorry, I
That's
lied
fine.
about golf.
You
Something about golf.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, if it's not about
Glenn
golf,
doesn't,
I guess.
Glenn doesn't need 40 minutes for Golden Tee. with
Only 30 minutes.
I'm cutting into the time. I'm sorry. I was
No,
curious what
no,
you guys
you're
thought
not.
about
Go-
Ryan Geno. Am I saying that right? Ryan Geno, and using
Yeah.
You're gonna say
Turbo
Ryan
on a
Rand.
Nintendo.
Turbo on a Nintendo. What did I miss?
Yeah, so
Wasn't
he
that
was
on
playing Starship
Turbo
Hector.
graphics?
What's going
Sorry,
on?
say
now?
again.
I thought that was
so-
on the Turbo
He was-
graphics, or am I getting that mixed up?
So Ryan, he's a TurboGrafx player, but he was playing
There you
Nintendo
go.
and he was playing Starship Hector, and he was using Turbo mode, and Turbo mode's not allowed. And so Tom Votava, I can never say his name right. Tom Votava basically called him out on it. So Pat, I forget what the real name is of
Pat Wheeler.
Yeah, we don't need
What's
real
his-
names.
What's his real name? Anyway,
It's Patrick Wheeler.
so yeah. So he was basically saying that there should be a stiffer punishment for him using Turbo. Basically, he cheated, and the argument is, well, he didn't know that he was cheating and all this other stuff. I was curious what you guys think.
Well, see, this is my issue once again, and why we need a freaking commissioner.
Yeah.
Because I just went to because like I said, of course, I haven't seen it. There's no way anybody can see all the submissions anymore, unless this is all you do. But I just went to it right now, and now Ryan's been here quite a bit. All right, he's been part of the. I know he submitted scores a while back. And he's been submitting scores, but
He's got like one or two.
the way I gotta prove basically he has to be innocent right off the bat, because the way I look at it, what happens if it's somebody brand new?
God, yeah.
Twin Galaxies is still not clear enough today, the website at least, in my opinion, that defines what you can't and cannot do. For example, you look
I
at the submission report right now, it says special rules, none. Okay? So there is a section somewhere hidden in the forums it might be really hidden, but when somebody just comes to Twin Galaxies,
Hidden enough.
they register, they submit a world record. They don't have to do the forums. I mean, they do to submit, but in terms of what's considered, can you use a turbo controller? Can I not use turbo controller? Can I use a Genesis controller? All those things that are kind of given to the people who've been around Twin Galaxies for a long time. We know that you can't do this and why you should be doing this. That's kind of a general practice that's eventually accepted. But let's just say Ryan's brand new and he comes and looks at the website. It says special rules none. There's no section about
turbo.
No turbo. Where in the old Twin Galaxies days, there was a section dedicated to what do you need and can't use a Game Genie and all that kind of stuff, detailed out. You know, it was written out, kind of like the laws of the land.
Yeah.
Where this new Twin Galaxies, and the way Jace has it, it's community driven. So it's like, and I think that's why we need a commissioner. We need somebody to go through and lay down the,
like a Gary Batman.
Not Gary.
What we need is
a few times.
We need sort of like
everything.
General guidelines for every platform. Say no auto fire, no leeching, all that thing that will span across every platform, just general like rules or policies, as the last TG had. Because there was that enormous post about leeching. Like, is that still in effect? Do we still go by that from the old TG that Robert Murchie wrote, or what do we do? Like, we need these general guidelines. Otherwise, it's just people can argue there's no special rules for these battles.
And many of us adjudicate based on those old rules. But see, that's where it's very cloudy for anybody who's new or anybody trying to just get an extra little push.
Yes.
There's no, like I said, nothing set in stone at this point. So that's kind of, because now when you look at this and we don't have a general guideline, well, then that rule section, it needs to say no turbo controller, must use original NES, because that's not in the. I mean, you're a new person, you go, oh, I can use a Yobo.
Yep.
It doesn't say that, but you're a new person, and that's where the site needs to change. Give me a commissioner. Either put all the rules in that little blue box. Got to use original NES. Can't use turbo, can't do this, because then there's no...
Must be drinking.
Then there's nobody... Then that person can't go, oh, I didn't know that, because it was right there in the rules.
Yeah.
Where this, Ryan can... I mean, if I was the judge, I'd go, you know what? The rules weren't completely stated. Even though he's been around a while, I don't think he deserves a punishment, in my opinion.
I don't think we should judge on whether he's been around a while or not. We just have to look at it as it is.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be rejected. That's all, in my opinion.
So along those lines,
move on.
I wasn't like trying to bring this up, but
supposed to work. Then,
But since you guys brought it up, so I created a website a while ago, and I haven't put as much work into it as I ought to have, called tg.org. And the idea was that I was trying to consolidate all the old school rules as guidelines, not as rules, but just as like, here's what's generally accepted, and then update it when the adjudication said, so we had the EverDrive was accepted. So I added to the wiki, EverDrive has been accepted, based on these constraints, et cetera, et cetera. So, and it doesn't seem to have caught on. Admittedly, I haven't put as much work into it as I was hoping to be able to. But that's what I was basically trying to do, is consolidate all those rules, basically go through all the forums and be like, okay, if you're playing 10, here's historically what has been done. I think I failed a little bit, but
are you taking
anyway, that was my intent.
From current submissions, Don?
Right, exactly. So basically, I took the old rules, exactly, plus whatever the new submissions are. So like EverDrive historically wasn't approved. The new submission process, it did get approved. So I put it in there saying recent submissions have been approved for EverDrive. So on the NES at least. Exactly. So the idea is that it's a place that can be constantly kept up to date in evolving, rather than forum posts, which you have to read through a million forum posts.
No, that
was the
idea.
idea anyway.
That is awesome. A good idea. I think we should do that.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, Don.
It's up right now. You guys can go look at it, but I need to create people accounts so that they can edit it. But It's up and alive if you want to mess around on it.
Cool.
So you add
There's a play there.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
I'd only have one rule, and that's don't be a bastard. That'd be my one rule for the score chasing.
Well, then you would disqualify yourself.
I know. I
gonna
no
say
longer participate.
No records for Glenn.
And his life score.
It's a way for Glenn to just get out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go back. They said they didn't give me a bastard anymore. So.
I made the rule. I gotta follow it.
I totally didn't realize what I was doing.
Ultimate backfire.
Yeah, but whatever. What game are you playing, Mike? Or
I was playing Super Sprint, but then we got into it. I had to see what was going on.
Heated debate.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff. I'm glad.
Hey, it's
just the time to talk
Can we
about
ask
golf.
Starcritus what, for a little clarification on that question? There's a way to install Wii Virtual Console games to the Wii. Should that be allowed?
Isn't that how
Wii
it's
Virtual
normally done?
Console games had to be allowed.
Yeah,
had to be installed to the Wii. I think there's a typo
I'm
in
not
there somewhere.
familiar now enough.
There could be an interesting
Situation.
question too. Install Wii Virtual Console games to the Wii.
We're getting. Does somebody have their computer volume up?
Yeah, somebody turn the radio down.
Yeah.
Virtual Console games had to be allowed.
Oh boy.
Love it. I
Feedback
love it.
loop.
Wonder who it is.
Yes.
Probably Glenn.
No, I have
But-
headphones on, sir.
Come on, Glenn.
I know. I'm just joking with you.
I'm a professional, I think.
It's totally screwing with us.
It's actually just echoes from the past. It's not an actual. It's like a ghosty thing.
It's Ghost.
Ooh,
That's
that's
cool.
creepy.
Is there a way to install
So,
virtual console games to the Wii? I think he's. You gotta buy them. You gotta buy them.
Has
Oh
anyone
yeah,
got a
maybe he's
Wii? I
talking
don't have
about
one.
like torrented or something.
Yeah.
Mod with Wii.
Mod Wii. Buy it.
Yeah, that's probably not legit. I mean, you run into license issues at that point. It's like piracy,
And not
basically.
only that M word's kind of a no-no when it comes to submissions.
Yeah.
Anything that's modded should not be allowed.
Yeah.
Generally, modded has not been allowed at all throughout TG. So anything modded.
I don't think
That could be
any
any wiki
scoreboard was, well, record setter, I guess, because you could just make that rule up. So,
Just make the exception.
Break some clouds.
yep.
Best
Highest
Berzerker
score on a
with
modded Wii.
My Little Pony stickers on the cabinet.
You have to be drinking Pepsi and Coke and no chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, and
Where's my mod? Where's my mod? You can't find it.
You-
Just make the exception.
that echo
So-
is not cool. Seriously.
Somebody, please figure it out.
Stickers on the cabinet. mute your Twin Galaxies, the stream. If you're in Skype, mute the stream. Does that make sense? On Twitch.
Yeah.
That'll probably fix it.
Everybody.
Everyone muted. Yeah, we're not even.
And we don't even watch
We don't
ourselves.
even watch it on Twitch. So. Right. The
Come on,
show
Mr.
is
Potato.
Skype and
That's
muted.
show.
So Andrew, I have a question for you. You're in
mate.
New Zealand, correct?
True. Yes. Correct.
That's my question. No, my question is, how hard is it to find games there? Like, how difficult do you find getting imports and stuff, like finding games you want to play?
Any specific console or just generally?
Just anything. Like, I would say consoles in general. Obviously, MAME you can download, but do you have any? Are there any differences between? Like, I'm a U.S. player, of course. I'm assuming it's PAL there versus NTSC.
Yeah, it is PAL. Yep.
Let me
So do you find-
clarify for Rudy and Star Chris is it's not about EverDrive. You're not modding anything. When the problem is you're modding a Wii to do something. Whenever you throw that M word in somewhere, it shouldn't be allowed. The EverDrive's not modding anything out. So
Right. So so Matthew, I think the distinction there is that with the EverDrive, you are only emulating the ROM. It's running on original hardware. Versus if you had to mod the virtual console, I'm sorry, the Wii. If you had to mod the Wii, you would actually be modifying the hardware in some way versus just the software. But let's say that there was a disc that you could boot up, you could burn your own CD, and then just boot up off that disc on the Wii without modifying the console, then that might be allowed. Like a Linux thing, which actually would kind of be a cool idea, but I don't know if that's possible. Well, like Dreamcast, right? You can do that on the Dreamcast, can't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that might be considered acceptable for MAME submissions, would be a Dreamcast mod, because I know that exists, and I don't know if there's any emulators that run on the Dreamcast.
It's not just like emulation, Rudy, for the EverDrive's using actual hardware.
Basically, the EverDrive is holding the piece of software that the cartridge did, and basically that's the only difference. Is that so for example, if you for the Wii, you could burn another CD with multiple Wii games on it. That would still be playing off the ROM, off the disc. That's okay, because you're still loading the software from a foreign media. I guess that I guess if that answers the question, because once you mod something, then you can slow down the CPU, up the CPU. You can make milliseconds, and not saying that you're gonna cheat. It's just you don't want to give anybody any doubt that you.
Yeah. Rudy said, "Do we have proof of that?" Yes, we do. Here's my proof. You go play Super Metroid on an emulator, then you go play Super Metroid on a EverDrive. Come back to me and tell me how much they play differently. There you go, son. Do your homework.
Got him.
I think it's because of how it accesses it. But going back to what Mike was saying, I was going to buy an EverDrive, and now I'm really hesitating because I feel like I should play on the original console, just because I don't want anyone to ever doubt my score. If the public opinion ever changes on that subject, and it turns out, later on it turns out there is a difference or something, I don't want to be caught in that trap. If I spent 20 million hours playing a game, setting a score, I don't want to, even if the game costs me like $40, I'm just going to go out and spend the $40 if it's a game I care enough about to set a high score.
Yeah,
that's me.
Here's the argument I'll give you. The argument would be, I have an EverDrive. I took Super Mario Brothers 2 and edited the ROM, just very slightly, and that gave me the little bit of edge to. Now, will people notice it? Well, they should. Through adjudication, they should see that. Oh, he removed part of a level if he could do that. I mean, I know I'm kind of going out there, but that's where the EverDrive could come up. Well, you edited the ROM. Yeah. You have a hacked ROM. I think different. For example, me and Nick play NHL.
I'm pretty sure that's possible. Like Andrew said, you can do it anyway with a flash. You could flash a ROM card on the actual cartridge, and no one would ever know. Although that's very expensive to do, but it could be.
I think we just have to think about who's going to do that. It's going to be 1 in a million people. I mean, does it really matter?
That's true. Well, it matters if they beat my score.
A little bit too extreme. I just don't think it's going to happen.
That's right. Like we said,
how much they care.
Yeah, how much do they care for that score? And who really cares when they look at the scoreboard? Only the person in first place really is the one who cares.
If someone cares enough, they're gonna find out. They're gonna catch them if someone cares enough about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll watch really okay.
Yeah,
if
that's true.
The high score
community will grab the pitchforks. That's the whole community system right there. Justice in action.
Lynch mob. Yeah.
Lynch mob. What the?
Okay, that's the adjudication. We show up at your house if you're cheating, and then you haven't heard from what's his name, MK Wizard, in a while, have you? I'm not saying we killed him, but I'm also not saying we didn't. But I am also saying we didn't. So.
Cool. Not saying we killed him. So where do we go from there?
And then dead silence. Just.
We just ruined it.
This is get your home address with a verification system.
Rudy, you're making my brain hurt. Please stop.
What was your question?
There's an ignore user function in Twitch chat. Just throwing that out there. I like it.
So is modding
like
a
it a
console
lot?
for reasons free allowed? Technically, no. I don't think it's ever come up in adjudication, but I think people would probably object to it because they don't know what other modifications you've done. Having said that, how does anyone know if you've modified your system to make it region free? Unless you're actually playing a game from another. So that's a sticky question, to be honest.
He keeps calling me Buddy Holly.
I
love you too, Rudy.
I know with some systems, different carts won't fit into, like the N64 PAL cart will not fit into a US console without physical modifications. But I think with the NES, I think they're the same. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think they are. I think US and PAL are the same. The Famicom is different, 60 pins versus 72 pins. But yeah, well, we actually had someone who played either a PAL and an NTSC or the vice versa. I can't remember, and they got caught in the adjudication system. I think they were intentionally trying to cheat. It was one of those. Maybe they were. I don't know. But it was one of those situations. Check the obituaries and see if they cheated.
Yeah.
I'm not threatening anyone.
Well, the good thing about it is it was discovered. So
right, exactly. And it got caught. So
it's working.
And actually, one advantage, let me point out, I'm always a proponent for the camera system, which is because someone saw it on camera, saw the cart and said, that doesn't look right. And then, of course, the gameplay went along with it as not looking right. But they were able to tell based on the look of the cart, that's the PAL version of the game because they have the camera and they show the console and all that stuff. So I know a lot of people like to do direct feed. And generally speaking, that's probably okay. My personal thing is for speed runs, it should be camera and stream if you have it, but camera at least. But that's me.
Yeah.
Me too. Like Jay said,
like you said,
show as much evidence.
Effort.
Yeah, make your best effort.
Yeah.
You got the access to all that stuff. You got the access to everything. You can do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at this.
My setup that I was doing for my submissions cost me $50, less than the price of a modern game. And I had a webcam and a capture card that I used, and I did the direct feed with the cam going at the same time, so you could keep up with the gameplay easily and see what I was doing. Make sure that I'm the one playing and everything else, that the NES is legit and la-da-da-da-da. Except for my Life Force run, which was done like a year ago, so we didn't have all these fancy schmancy adjudication things back then.
Speaking of which, you're going to do the Life run again, right? Life Force run again.
Yep. In June, me and Estel are going to go down to the Place Retro Arcade, and I do believe he's going to marathon Gradius for the NES, and I'm going to do Life Force. We're going to do that pretty much side by side. Be a good time. I know I'm looking forward to staying up for another day playing Life Force.
How many hours?
Wow, love it.
My goal this time is 30 to 33. Get that double rollover.
Nice. So, Andrew, what other games are you looking at? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Don.
We can talk about Golden Tee or what?
I'm sorry, Chris. You came here for the Golden Tee. I feel that I've let you down. Yes, please. Putting strats. Go, Andrew, please.
Get on it, Bar.
And he makes the birdie.
Are you being serious?
Rah, 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 rah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
about the
actually, I'm terrible at that game, and my friends are really good at it, so I was really looking forward to some Kiwi tips.
I was using the mouse. Like That's all there is. And if you want to get a long putt, make sure you putt to the other end of the green first, to where the tee is, to where the pin is. And then.
So you were playing with a mouse on me?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Freaking
legendary. You should play it.
My name. Yeah, I forgot.
All right, we need a stream.
What the?
I need to see this in action.
Yes.
Actually, I tried to share my screen, but it wasn't working. It was cutting half of it off.
We'll work on it.
Double the resolution.
So what do you like about Golden Tee, especially 98?
What does 98 have that the others don't?
Question, man.
Out of all
That
the
is one
Golden
tough
Tees,
question.
why 98?
Exactly. That's the
I
main
played
thing.
more, man, not just 98.
Why are you so much better at 98?
Yeah, what's up with 98? Why are you so much better at that one?
Am I? I literally played all of them in one sitting. I have no idea which one it was. They're all the same. There is literally no difference from 96 to 99.
The only
That was
time
all
I
just
played
marketing
that
hype?
Yeah.
The only time I play that game is when I'm drunk at a bar. That's the only time I can ever find a Golden Tee around.
Well, now you can play it at
It's
home.
like
Use your mouse.
Every bar has a Golden Tee. It's like mandatory.
I don't know. Yeah, they are still
Pretty much.
So
I'll just
so
go
I
over
can
there
tell
and
you
play
guys.
the.
That or at least a buck hunter, right? That's kind of like the low end one.
Oh, Buck
Yeah,
Hunter.
Buck
I love
Hunter.
it.
No, you know, and you're kind of in a dive bar if they've only got a buck hunter. There's no Golden Tee.
That's true. And it's
I was in a
like
place that had a
Look-
buck hunter, and they also had. I got to tell you this. Tell me if you guys have seen this. It's a game. I forget what it's called, but it's basically cornhole. Do you guys know what that game is?
Oh,
Cornhole.
yeah,
It's played
bag
here in the
toss.
States.
bag
Yeah,
of-
it's like it's beanbag toss. It's like virtual
Oh,
beanbag toss. Like
That's all it is.
We
I mean,
fill
golf, I
cloth
can
with
understand,
stuff like sandbar, and then we throw it at pieces of wood that has a hole in it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sounds great.
it's sort of like horseshoes.
Exactly. This is why nobody
Best
plays
game
it
ever invented.
sober.
But the funny thing
No,
about
yeah,
it is
you
that
play it, but you can't.
the arcade cabinet that is used to play the game, you could literally play a game of cornhole, and it's taken out by the arcade. There's like no reason to virtualize this game. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like virtual tic-tac-toe. It's like I could just play actual tic-tac-toe. It's easier, and there's like no AI. It's the most ridiculous thing.
It would be like
I
virtual
actually
darts. Just get a freaking
played-
dartboard.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah,
Virtual
exactly.
darts.
It's
I'll
about
play
as
regular
useful as the virtual boy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I
like
went out
darts.
on. I went out on St. Patty's Day, and they actually have an arcade version of beer pong. I crafted
Oh, yeah,
beer.
Why? Wait, does it actually pour beer?
So the only thing that makes
No,
pong good is the
there's no
beer.
beer
Am I
in the
right? I mean, is that?
Oh,
Okay, here's how it's set
Right,
up.
yeah,
It
You're
has
supposed to
10
get drunk off
cups.
that.
It has 10 cups. You have 60 seconds to make. You get infinite shots in 60 seconds, and it tracks how many shots you took and how many cups you took down in 60 seconds. That's it. That's the game. And it tracks your daily and all-time scores.
Yes,
How
but
is that different than regular?
is there
pong?
beer?
fastest completion, please.
No, there is no beer in this, and it's $1 to play.
I'll continue.
What the fuck?
Why? Exactly.
How about a game called
Beer pong.
"I'll Have a Beer for $1," where you just give the bartender $1 and he gives you a
Yeah.
beer?
Terrible.
Yes, please.
I mean, that's so silly.
Please
that's
no
funny.
yelling in the
I
chat.
know. And me being the stupid gamer that I am, I'm like, oh, here's $1 so I can play it.
Wow, you got to suck it in, buddy.
It was the only like arcade anything there. So I'm all like, okay, guys, if you give me a moment, I got to get my game on over here. And then I put my dollar in. I'm like,
does it dispense so you can get like a plastic spider ring or something?
no, it's
Like some
literally
Powerpuff
it's like a
Girls pencils
ski
or
ball.
something?
It's like a skee ball table, except at the end there's 10 plastic cups. And when you make a shot, it lights up the plastic couple, so you know which cups you made.
So right here, this is a great opportunity. We're going to make the next great accessory. It's actually going to be a little keg that you hook up to your console at home. And that way you can play virtual beer pong with your friends. But then every time you actually make a shot, you actually get paid out.
You could play actual
Nice.
tap.
We're going to be rich, by the way.
Well, duh.
Oh, yeah,
And
nobody
drunk.
out there steal this.
Yeah,
They can't. We just copyrighted it.
legally
I
they
said-
can't now because you asked
This
me not
just
to.
came across my desk. I was watching this show. It's a great idea. Get the wing add-on accessory. I love it.
Oh, the AFL brought to you by Wingstop. That's right.
Andrew, if you check out my Skype profile pic, there's actually a golden tee in the background.
Oh yeah, I've seen that actually.
I'm
And
playing
my next
bass
question
at
is,
a
why
bar.
are you not playing it? You should be
'Cause
playing it.
I was making money playing my bass. Golden Tee don't make me money.
That's
Loses
what
you money.
people say they aren't good at it.
Probably just as likely to get you. Well, never mind.
Works for people that can't play Golden Tee, man.
Whatever. You know I got my hands on that cab at the end of the night. If I see an arcade game at a bar, it doesn't matter how crappy it is, like beer pong, I will stick my money in it just to play it.
It's actually kind of a good policy. I don't disagree with that.
It's like I've seen a
definitely tried
crappy
some terrible-
beer pong, and I'm all like, here's $1.
You guys are gonna find Glenn in a Chuck E. Cheese, stuck inside the crane machine. Someday he's gonna be drunk and stuck inside the crane machine.
You know what? I've been in weirder places before, so.
That doesn't surprise me with you.
Are we still
Man.
talking
Dude,
about
one
video
time-
games?
Yeah, I don't think we
It
want
seems
to
like it's
tangible
going
knowledge.
somewhere else.
I
Is
can
this
tell
still
you
on the
stories.
screen or what?
Story.
Or Glenn's drunk
I
chat?
think. No, I think we're offline or off the air right now. I see
What
the
the-
commercial like playing.
Oh, really? Are we? Man, we diverged a bit.
No, we still got like 3 or 4 minutes.
No,
But-
that's possible.
Says that you guys
Everybody
have
just be
2
really quiet
minutes
for a
till
second.
commercial. You can see it on
Okay.
Skype right there on the left hand side. I don't know if you can
That's
see
okay.
that.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Oh, we're
guys.
totally
Yeah,
good.
So cool.
I see
So
nothing.
Andrew, what should we expect from you from here on out?
How many more Golden Tee scores?
A lot. I've still got about 10 or 20 I need to submit.
Oh, beautiful.
Please go,
Wow.
sir.
He's got the.
That's all we care.
Watch cricket. He can totally do this.
What the?
I think I want to make a highlight video.
I'm
like
really.
between Galaxies. Is,
I'm waiting till.
Yeah.
Oh, that picture's awesome. I'm waiting till all MAME versions are accepted, so I can submit a few more.
Oh yeah.
We need
Soon
to have
hopefully.
a week where we read nothing but his Golden Tee scores.
yeah, we just watch it for a whole hour.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Is there a cricket version of Golden Tee, like Golden Paddle or something like that? Or
Golden paddle. Come on, man.
Golden Wicket.
1 minute, guys.
what do they call the bat thing?
It's a bat. Yeah, there you go.
It's just a bat. Okay. So
No,
you stole that.
a bat is what you use in baseball, Barra.
What?
I think
Oh,
so.
baseball.
It's also
What's
flying.
what is baseball?
You know what? It has many names or many uses. All right. What else are you working on, Don?
Me, I'm working on a lot of Tetris scores right now. And I don't know what after that. I have my Sega. I'm really itching to get a TurboGrafx 16. I got a big promotion at work. So I'm going to treat myself. Oh, 2 seconds. 1 second. Bye-bye.
Go faster.
No,
We're cool.
I was just trying to get you in.
Yeah.
So, thanks for everybody for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week, same time. Hopefully Glenn will be here.
Yeah.
Other than that, there might be an after party on Settle It on this twingalaxies.com/settle it on the screen, maybe. So if you're not subscribed to us, please do.
Join it.
Thank you, Andrew, for joining us, Don. I think we're off. Good night,
Thank you for
everybody.
having
See
us.
ya.